Hello everyone, welcome to Plutus IS. So today we are going to talk about the topic of Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission, mains paper 6, of course. In that series, we have already completed various topics and we have introduced the topic of industries of Uttar Pradesh. In the last lecture or in that part 1, we have talked about that, a brief introduction of industries of Uttar Pradesh, right? So we know that in that introduction we have talked about. So we know that because of that, of course, UP is one in even in that physiography division of India. So we know that the northern plains, or we can say that Great Indian Plains, comes in your UP. That is actually made through that Himalayan river, right? The Ganga Yamuna river, and that plain is famous for that agriculture industries. So we know that the geography of any area decides that economy of the area. Okay. So what can we conclude from here? That UP, Uttar Pradesh, is one of that area in that, if we connect with the industrial region, where the major agriculture based industries were located, right? Such as your sugarcane industries, right? Or the cotton industries, or of course we have already talked about that Kanpur has that Lalimli area, है ना? In that cotton textile mills were there, handloom industries, there also such kind of areas. Okay. So after that introduction, we are going to talk about some of the industries and today, and that's how we'll complete the lecture, this series, with that description or that elaboration of specific industries. Of course, we'll mention all the type of industries as it's required. Okay. So major industry, even the before independence, we have in that introduction, we have divided the industries from that before independence, then your after independence, but before LPG era, like your 1960s, 1950s to 1980s. Then after we have divided that how it has been changed after that LPG reform, that is your liberalization, privatization and globalization reform. So this is actually the three stages of the industry, and now the current era is your current industries, is your modern industrial era, which is actually majorly focused on, or not actually majorly I would say, but yeah, focused on the IT industries, right? So we'll talk about that different industries in that series. So today we are going to talk about that sugarcane based industries. So sugarcane based industries is of course your agriculture based industries, because why okay, even if we do not know anything about it, still we can talk about that Uttar Pradesh has a kind of best agricultural soil. Uttar Pradesh, or that better say that your this Great Indian Plains have that one of the best agricultural crops, so that the water extensive crops, because of the water availability through the irrigation, because of that perennial river water system, that's your Ganga and Yamuna, the continuous throughout the year the water availability is there, so the irrigation facility is available, right? So of course we know that sugarcane is one of that water extensive crop. That means these kind of crop which require the enough or good amount of water to for such kind of crops, right? So in that sugarcane based industry, the sugar industry is a backbone of the economy in that Uttar Pradesh or UP, often referred to as a sugar ball of India. Wait a minute. Sugar Ball of India. As of early 2026, it remains the state largest agro-based organized industries, directly impacting the millions of people. As we have already, okay, suppose such kind of questions if will come, something related with that agriculture. So one of the very basic data we can include, and we should include, that more than 50 to 55% of Uttar Pradesh population is dependent directly or indirectly on the agriculture sector. Okay. So of course, it is one of your main largest agro-based industries organized, directly impacting that millions of lives and playing a pivotal role in India's energy transition through the ethanol. Okay. So if we talk about sugarcane industries in that like post-independence era, so maybe हम वहाँ पे ये we will not include that point, but in that current scenario, because we know that various environmental regulation programs has been there. Okay, various environmental regulation bodies there. India also has committed NDC, है ना, national for that environmental target SDGs, है ना, sustainable development goals. So in that one of the it's sugarcane industry, sugarcane based industries. So major product is your sugar, of course, but except the sugar, there is also production of ethanol. Okay, we will talk about it. So whenever you think of any topic or any question, do not limit your dimension. If it is agro based industries, that does not mean only the food product is available from that industry, right? So such kind of description, we will talk about it. So the historical background, The roots of the modern sugar industries in India lie in the Uttar Pradesh. Of course, we know that sugarcane production में is like there's a ranking variability to UP 1, Maharashtra second, Maharashtra first, UP second. Such kind of variation generally comes. But this year, of course, in that last few years, the UP has a rank first in the sugarcane production, right? So the beginning in 1903, the first vacuum pan sugar mill in India was established in Pratappur, that is in a Devariya district, right? So productionist era 1932, the Sugar Industry Protection Act was passed, leading to boom in the mills across the fertile Indo-Gangetic plains. Okay, so of course industries again, it is not limited the only industries. To establish or flourish any industry, we require various of things, है ना? Of course, basic four things are required: land, labor, and economy, and of course things. But to flourish the any kind of industries, we need so much regulation, policies, है ना, and labor acts, है ना. So such kind of acts, even when we talk about that historical perspective, in 1932, that means your 1930s was that kind of era in which various labor reforms were also there, है ना. So and various agricultural based reforms also there. Sanand Saraswati was also from that agriculture based reforms, है ना. So such kind of reforms were also there. So that was a protectionist era for the sugar based industry, because there was not only the protection of that agriculture based thing, but also that labor reform. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. Then next, shift into the dominance. For decades, UP led production until the 1960s and 70s, when the Maharashtra's cooperative model sugar surged ahead. ठीक है, 1960-70s में महाराष्ट्र का थोड़ा सा आगे था. ठीक है, of course we have already talked about the ranking between that Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. However, since the mid 2010s, that is specifically after the introduction of high yielding varieties like CO0238, that is a sugarcane hybrid variety, है ना. So again, a little bit talk about it, that what is the difference between the sugarcane of Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. Of course, Uttar Pradesh has that maximum like crop production, but the sugarcane of the Maharashtra is a more thicker. ठीक है, तो कम area में they can produce more sugarcane based industrial product compared to यूपी के जो उत्तर प्रदेश के जो sugarcane है, उनका production high है numbers में, but उनकी जो quality है compared to the Maharashtra is little bit lower, because sugar ये a little bit thin होते हैं और वहां महाराष्ट्र के little bit thick होते हैं. Of course that is not much required, but yeah, a kind of Maharashtra comparison, that's what it needed. Current scenario क्या है इसका? Currently, as of the 2025-26 crushing season, UP maintains its status as a leading sugar production in India. Of course, आपका दिसंबर प्रीलिम्स जो है वो यूपी पीसीएस का प्रीलिम्स आपका दिसंबर में अभी तक शेड्यूल्ड है. So whenever the Mays will come, of course, if it will be updated, we will update the data here also. Then data इसके क्या है? Production 25 में approximately 11.5 to 12 million metric tons of the sugar, because it is of course sugarcane based. So operational mills around 120 mills है उत्तर प्रदेश में. प्राइवेट उसकी है 93, कोऑपरेटिव है आपकी कोऑपरेटिव मिल्स है 24, एंड स्टेट मिल्स स्टेट रन है 3. Economic impact contributes nearly 8% of the state GDP. Yes, it is one of the largest. So social scale क्या है? Supports around 6.5 million farmers and provide employment directly or indirectly to 1.5 million people. एग्रीकल्चर में है, फिर इंडस्ट्रीज में है, फिर you know सब चीजें मिला के. इथेनॉल लीड. UP is the number one producer of ethanol in India. Of course, we will talk about it with a capacity of nearly 2.25 billion liters per year. So, अब ethanol की, if we have started talking, so we know that with regard to the ethanol, there's a various programs run by the national government. Of course, state is also affiliated with that. One of the program name is EBP, Ethanol Blending Program. That means जो आपके petroleum fuels होते हैं, इसमें the percentage 20%, right? So target was at 20%. So there's a mix of ethanol in that petrol or the petroleum in that to run the automobile industries. ठीक है? So EBP अब उसमें ethanol का requirement है, so that to reduce the carbon emission and also of course the harmful gases to the automobile industries, so that ethanol blending program, this is your environment or you can say sustainable development program, right? Location इसका क्या है? Western यूपी में आपका sugar heartland है, including Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, Saharanpur, Bijnor have the highest recovery rates. Recovery मतलब sugar from that sugar cane, that is something. Other products, central UP district like Lakhimpur Kheri, it is not the Centralpur. The largest sugar cane area Sitapur and Hardoi. ईस्टर्न यूपी में ट्रेडिशनल बेल्ट आपका देवरिया, गोरखपुर, कुशीनगर एंड गोंडा, लखीमपुर खीरी प्लस एटावा, नॉट एटावा वाला रीजन बट या सेंट्रल यूपी में, ठीक है। फैक्टर्स प्रमोटिंग दैट इंडस्ट्री, व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स? फर्टाइल सॉइल है, वी हैव जस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट, ग्रेट इंडियन प्लेन्स हैविंग दैट, water availability is of course sugarcane crop will be flourish. The Doab region, land between that rivers, offer rich alluvial soil with the rich in the water content. Climatic है subtropical climate with adequate rainfall 100 to 150 centimeter during that growing season. Various innovation है, जैसे कि आपकी एक variety है sugar cane की, and which drastically increased yield per hectare and sucrose content, of course. So after the crop ka harvesting, so this is also depends at after the harvesting of crop, because this is sugarcane is one of that crop जिसकी value is continuously decreasing after the harvesting period because the sugar content started drying up, ठीक है। तो उसके लिए आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होने भी जरूरी है, जैसे कि आपके शुगर मिल्स, a vast network of railways, roads in the rapid transport, perishable, yeah that's the word, perishable content होता है sugar cane का, ठीक है। So such kind of industries is required, such kind of factors to flourish. Next, challenges क्या क्या है? Of course, despite its success, the industry faces the structural and environmental hurdles too. That's the cane use, the periodic delays in the payment of the farmers, then price mismatch, then red rot disease, of course. So when we talk about the challenges, okay, so challenges again should be that various dimensions. जैसे कि first of all infrastructure problem is still yes. बहुत सारे टाइम पे इट हैपेंस वेरियस टाइम दैट आफ्टर द हार्वेस्टिंग ऑफ द क्रॉप्स, है ना, फार्मर्स इज एक्चुअली वेटिंग फॉर द गुड प्राइसेस, है ना, एंड बट शुगर केन इज योर पेरिशेबल क्रॉप, सो इवन इन दैट वेट बिकॉज दे आर नॉट गेटिंग द the required or maybe the hopeful prices for their crop, so उसके कारण क्या होता है उनका, because this is a perishable crop, so sugar content start decreasing and ultimately they have to have buy in the market in whatever the price it is selling, ठीक है। So there is need of the better infrastructure so that the farmers will go, the connectivity should be there, है ना, some of the farmers, some of the areas on the villages areas are not properly connected with the markets, है ना, so that also required to develop properly, then the market prices also should be like good enough so that the farmers will get motivation to grow more crops, so such kind of challenges is required. Then of course we talk about that disease, so the red rot is one of the very famous disease, if you guys must have seen that शुगर केन में कभी कभी ऐसे कट होते हैं और उसमें रेड कलर का ग्रो कुछ होता है, दैट इज योर फंगल एंड दैट बैक्टीरियल डिजीज, दैट इज योर रेड रॉट डिजीज. A fungal cancer of the sugar cane has been recently affected the popular यही वाली जो आपकी वैरायटी है CO2 वैरायटी, forcing a massive varietal replacement, ठीक है। So of course अगर any crop will be infected, उसमें disease लग जाते हैं, so उसका एक अच्छा खासा प्रोडक्शन क्या होता है, डिक्रीज हो जाता है, so such kind of information. उसके बाद हाई वाटर इंटेंसिटी क्रॉप है, ऑफ कोर्स, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वेरियस रीजन where we know that, again connect this point to the current topic, so we know that water table is decreasing, right, the water availability is becoming very low, and at the same time we know that the 80%, 80 not 18, the 80% of that groundwater is actually using in that agriculture industries. So in that scenario, when the sugar cane and the rice, such water extensive crop will be grow there, of course water problem, water challenges will be there, है ना। So इसके I mean we are not connecting with that current or that environment purposes, otherwise it will be a very broad topic. So for that we need to do the water harvesting program, the irrigation thing, so such kind of thing will be there. We just limit ourselves to the sugarcane industry's challenges, okay. Then the government labor ka bhi is one of the problem, of course. The migration is out, migration is there, that various farmers or that agriculture people shifting to that city areas or the urban areas for that better kind of better life or better employments. So ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा problem है, ठीक है। गवर्नमेंट के स्टेप्स क्या हैं? The state and the central government has shifted focus from just sugar to sugar plus ethanol plus power, ठीक है, of course. So there's a three industries now, sugar plus ethanol plus power. Ethanol blending program we have just talked about, EBP, aggressive target to achieve 20% blending by 2025-26. This allows mills to divert excess and can directly to ethanol, improving cash flow. Acha, one of the factor for the sugarcane industry is also the consumption is good. Yeah, consumption is high in that, so production और demand मतलब market और भी आपकी उधर ही है जहाँ पे उसका demand है, ठीक है। So Asia's largest ethanol plant has been set up in Gonda district, just underline this point, and an ethanol production plant has also been set up in Piperite sugar mill in Gorakhpur. So the Gonda and the Gorakhpur. The state government prepared a well-planned biofuel policy 2022. Do not separate this, right? So biofuel policy is one of that. वैसे तो आपका जेट्रोपा इज दैट एथेनॉल, उसको हम लोग प्लांट बोलते हैं, डीजल प्लांट बोलते हैं. But of course, except the Jatropha, your sugarcane is also useful for that ethanol production or that biofuel. Okay, so connect it like that because the topic was the sugarcane based industries or the industries of UP. Okay, so of course, biofuel production is also one of that industries. Okay, to promote the ethanol branded petrol and with the main objective to increase the farmer income and make the environmental clean. Of course, it has a multiple impacts in a good. Farmers की इनकम भी इंक्रीज होगी, है ना. They do not have to wait for such time. Demand आपकी मार्केट में बढ़ेगी, so that will give a kind of motivation to grow more sugarcane, है ना. Accordingly, SAP hikes क्या होते हैं? Regular increases state advised price, that is your SAP. Regular increase in that state advised prices currently allowed. ठीक है, इसका रखना जरूरी नहीं है. To support farmer income, mechanization push, of course, more mechanization or that technological intervention in that farming. So in 2025, UP government launched a push for the tissue culture and drone-based nutrient spraying to the modernized farming. Soft loans, of course, to provide that interest subvention scheme for the mills to set up the new digitalities and modernize that old machinery. ठीक है, so we have completed ओवरऑल शुगर केन का जितना भी आप प्रोस्पेक्ट कवर कर सकते हैं शुगर केन बेस इंडस्ट्रीज में. इसके स्कोप थोड़ा सा एक बार और देख लेते हैं. एनर्जी है, बायोप्लास्टिक्स है, कंप्रेस्ड बायोगैस है, ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट है. सो ओवरऑल एक्सपोर्ट में भी ये बेनिफिट करेगा. द स्टेट कंट्रीब्यूट 16.56% ऑफ इंडियाज हैंडीक्राफ्ट एक्सपोर्ट्स. अच्छा, दिस इज द इंफॉर्मेशन, वेट अ मिनट, दिस इज द इंफॉर्मेशन आई वांटेड टू गिव इन द इनिशियल. देखो, दिस इज अ वेरी गुड इंफॉर्मेशन which is actually this is the information for the export policy, but of course we are talking about that industry. So this content or this data you can need in various types of industries whether accordingly it is required. जैसे कि उत्तर प्रदेश is the fourth largest exporter in India and yeah, this is updated data, authenticated है, we have written that source also. So Uttar Pradesh is the fourth largest exporter in India and the top exporter among the landlocked states. We know that landlocked states. So the state contributes 16.56% of India's handicraft export. Handicraft is also one of the industry. We'll further talk about it. So you can add such kind of data into such industries. Then 10.27% of the processed meat export. Of course, this is another data. 39.52% of carpet exports, carpet industries. We'll connect in that handloom, textile and that cotton based industries that you can add data in there. And 25.5% of the leather and related article exports. We know that. So your Kanpur, Agra is your main leather industries area, है ना? So please add this data in the respective industries. Okay? Then in the terms of the overall export preparedness, Uttar Pradesh has secured 4th ranking in the Niti Aayog Export Preparedness Index in 2026. Such kind of data you need to add on where it is required. Fine. So after the sugarcane based industry, we will talk about it. The next industry, that is your leather and footwear industry. So we have just mentioned that कि लेदर में अराउंड 25 to 30% आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है फ्रॉम द यूपी इन दैट एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन. ठीक है, ओवरऑल फ्रॉम इंडिया का जो एक्सपोर्ट है उसमें यूपी only like individually UP is contributing around 25 to 30% in that leather based exports. ठीक है, yeah, UP contribute 30% of the India's total leather export. Location कहाँ है आपकी? Of course we know that Kanpur, known as a leather city, specializing in tanneries and safety footwear. ठीक है, आपकी कानपुर में लेदर बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज का मेजर हब है. नेक्स्ट, Agra, a global hub for that footwear manufacturing. Okay, Unnao, emerging cluster for the leather goods. फिर आपका आगरा, कानपुर, लखनऊ, बरेली and Meerut are the other centers where shoes, suitcases, belts of leathers are manufactured. This is a core area. ठीक है, associated factors क्या है इसके? Traditional and skill based है and proximity to market भी है. ठीक है, next government steps क्या है? Setting of, अच्छा इसकी one of the challenges we haven't mentioned. Fine. So the challenges will be that various environmental regulation. जैसे कि जो कानपुर की leather based industry है, that actually has been regulated under that Ganga Action Plan because these industries, they were directly flowing that discharge, that industrial discharge or the waste in that nearby Ganga, of course Kanpur से होके जाती है, you guys must know that. So वहां पे उसका directly discharge होता था. So of course for that environmental regulation, the Ganga action plan has been applicable over there. So अभी बहुत rules और regulations के साथ इन industries को regulate किया जाता है. This is one of the kind of challenges of course. And the लेदर बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री में टैनिंग वैनिंग का कुछ ऐसे करके, ठीक है. गवर्नमेंट स्टेप्स क्या है, सेटिंग अप दैट मेगा लेदर क्लस्टर इन रमाईपुर, दैट इज इन योर कानपुर. आप सीधे कानपुर भी लिख सकते हो. कॉस्ट कैपिटल सब्सिडीज इज प्रोवाइडेड like 80 crore for the large parks leather industries based, interest and stamp duty exemption under that new 2025 policies, ठीक है. Okay, so even if we are not mentioning properly all of the steps, after that we will like after completing all of the industries, we will talk about that government steps or that whatever the challenges and the government steps for the industries of UP. So we'll talk simultaneously for all of the factors, don't worry. The third industry is we'll cover the third industry today only. After that MSME and handicraft we'll talk in the next part 3. Okay, so IT and electronic manufacturing industries, UP has emerged as the 6th largest contributor to India's IT or software export. Please remember this, the position, or this is such kind of data when you are using in your answer structure, it is giving you good marks, okay. It is not the simple or the plain information, but substantiated with that such kind of data gives the weightage in your answer and the providing the helping in that getting good marks, ठीक है. So आपका कौन सा रैंकिंग है इसमें, 6 रैंकिंग है with the CAGR that is 8%, with the major contributors in your Noida, Greater Noida corridor. UP is mobile factory of India, manufacturing around 65% of phones. ये बहुत रिसेंट डेटा है. सो आपका ओवरऑल इंडिया में यूपी इज कंसिडर्ड एज दैट मोबाइल फोन मैन्युफैक्चरर एरिया, ठीक है. सो ओवरऑल इंडिया की 65% जो फोन है वो आपके यूपी में, of course in your Noida and Greater Noida. If you know about the Greater Noida and Noida, we know that various MNCs are already there, है ना. So IT sector जो है वो आपका इस एरिया में नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा, एंड अगेन नेक्स्ट आपका जो है, although it started in that Lucknow, then it is now the major hub is your Noida and Greater Noida. Okay, लोकेशन क्या है इसकी, नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा एंड लखनऊ आर द मेजर हब्स ऑफ आईटी इंडस्ट्रीज. लोकेशन यू हैव टू हैव मेंशन इन एनी काइंड ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज. सॉरी, एसोसिएटेड फैक्टर्स क्या है, प्रॉक्सिमिटी टू द एनसीआर रीजन, ऑफ कोर्स वी नो दैट, हाई स्पीड कनेक्टिविटी, यमुना एक्सप्रेसवे है, and large pool of STEM graduates. STEM we have talked multiple time in our classes, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. This is one of the program by the government to increase the number of students in such stream, that is STEM. Okay, the current scenario क्या है, the budget 2026, this is very updated data, please add it. The budget 26-27 increased at IT electronics outlay by 76% to 2059 crore. The state will launch the Uttar Pradesh AI mission with an allocation of rupees 225 crores. Do not forget it. As part of the initiative, AI lab will be set up in 49 industries training institutes, that is ITI industrial training institutes, under the India's AI mission framework to equip youth with the future ready skill, because we know that future is your IT industries, right? Goal of 900 megawatt data center capacity across 8 parks. हमने यहाँ पे just we have mentioned that 8 parks have been established, ठीक है. Challenges क्या है? Of course सबसे बड़ा challenges आपका क्या है? Skilled labor या skilled human resources, skill gapping, high end AI, robotics, regional imbalances हैं, ठीक है. वेस्टर्न में ही ज्यादा है, आपके ईस्टर्न में या सेंट्रल में इट इज नॉट दैट मच. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द स्टेप. गवर्नमेंट स्टेप्स क्या है, यूपी एआई मिशन, you have to have mention about whenever you're writing or talking about that IT sector. UPI mission, the state will launch the Uttar Pradesh AI mission with an allocation of rupees 225 crores. As part of that initiative, AI labs will be set up in the 49 industrial training institute we have just mentioned under the India AI mission framework to equip youth with the future ready skill. I think this is something repeated. Additionally, 32.82 crore has been earmarked for the establishing an AI Center of Excellence, COE, ठीक है. इसके ये भी आपका एक one of the important point है गवर्नमेंट स्टेप में. One district, one IT park, establishing a greenfield IT park in every revenue division. Fine. The data center policies providing the capital subsidies and land rebates for hyperscale data centers. They are building the 8 data center parks with rupees 30,000 crore investment. Okay, so this video or this discussion is not only about the information, but you at the same time you have to know what are, of course this is a very informative with the updated data and all. So this is also one of the way you need to write whenever you're writing about the industries, with the core information, with the updated data and how it is useful, what are the challenges, government steps. So you need to prepare the holistic manner. So whatever the question will answer, whatever the question will the demand or the ask, you have to justify or address with all of its dimensions. I hope it is very fruitful. In the next lecture, in the part 3, I'll continue with the remaining industries. Thank you.